Maydwell in 5 is a weekly microlearning podcast hosted by Jonathan Maydwell, a learning and development strategist with over 15 years of experience helping people and organizations grow. Each 5-minute episode explores one focused idea across learning, leadership, and human growth, blending real stories, reflection, and actionable insight. Rooted in the belief that learning is about coming home to yourself, the show invites listeners to pause, think, and reconnect with purpose, people, and data that actually matters. It's a space for curiosity, clarity, and continuous growth, one reflection at a time. Across workplaces today, misalignment is one of the biggest hidden drains on performance. Harvard Business Review has highlighted that unclear expectations contribute to drops in engagement and accountability. SHRM reports that role ambiguity is a top factor in employee stress and turnover. LinkedIn's Workplace Learning Report continues to show that clarity, context, and manager support are some of the strongest predictors of learning transfer. Yet, misalignment rarely announces itself loudly. It shows up quietly. A project that keeps circling without progress. A conversation that feels like two people are speaking two different languages. A team that works hard but still feels off rhythm. People start questioning their value, leaders question their teams, and momentum ultimately fades. In moments like these, organizations often respond with more effort, not more clarity. But misalignment is about effort. It's about direction, relationship, and structure. Which brings us to today's idea, the alignment check. Purpose, people, and process. Throughout my career, from teaching elementary students to coaching leaders in building development programs, I kept noticing a pattern. The moments where things broke down weren't usually about skill, they were about clarity, connection, and whether the structure we were using actually supported the work. As a young teacher, I remember preparing a lesson I thought was airtight. Beautiful visuals, a clear objective, everything well sequenced. But halfway through, the class started to drift. Questions weren't landing, engagement dropped, something wasn't clicking. So I stopped, reset, and asked myself 3 simple questions. Why does this matter? Who needs what right now? Is the way I'm teaching actually helping us get there? Those questions changed everything. Years later, when I transitioned into L&D, I found myself asking the same 3 questions again. This time in a conference room instead of a classroom. Different environment, same truth. When purpose wasn't clear, people lost confidence. When relationships weren't aligned, communication stalled. When processes weren't supporting the goal, frustration replaced progress. Clarity, connection, structure. The same tools that helped a room of energetic kids thrive also helped adults reconnect to their work, their teams, and their growth. The alignment check has 3 parts: purpose, people, process. First, purpose. Are we clear on why this matters? Before any meeting, project, or conversation, pause and name the intention. Ask, what outcome are we moving toward? How will we know we succeeded? What values does this create for the people involved? When purpose is unclear, people fill the gaps with assumptions, and assumptions almost always fragment alignment. Next, people. Are the right relationships aligned and supported? Alignment is relational before it is operational. Teams thrive when expectations, communication, and roles are understood. Ask, who is impacted? Who needs clarity, support, or information? What emotional landscape is present? Psychological safety isn't a bonus. It is the foundation for real collaboration. Finally, process. Does the structure support the goal? Even great people with clear purpose will struggle if the system works against them. Ask, are the tools, timeliness, and workflows realistic? Is the process repeatable and transparent? Where are the friction points, and what can be simplified? Great processes don't complicate work. They free people to do their best work. When purpose, people, and process are aligned, everything moves differently. Teams feel more connected, and individuals begin to trust their value again. This week, try using the alignment check before your next meeting or project kickoff. Ask yourself, what's the purpose? Who are the people? What's the process that will support us? Notice what shifts in clarity, in confidence, and in connection. This has been your Maydwell in 5 for the week of December 15th. Let's keep building learning cultures that grow with purpose, are guided by people, and are informed by data.